There's one, boys. That might be a better one too. Naked chatter, 1/16 ounce with the 3-inch flat top minnow on it. Oh my God, guys. He had me snagged for a second. Oh my goodness, guys. Huge, huge, huge catfish. Yo, he maxes out my measuring mat. Tiny one to start it today. Oh, there's a bigger bass trying to eat him. Got a tiny little largie to start it today. That's kind of normally how it goes. I had a bite before this on about like a 1.5 pound fish. We came up even further north this morning. We're gonna start trying to figure the lakes back out for the fall transition here, guys. There's your little dink. I threw top water with a plopper. I've thrown silent crankbait and didn't get any bites. So now I'm on to the naked chatter, 1/16 ounce with the 3-inch flat top minnow on it. That might be the bait of the day, guys. I did well with it at Eagle a couple days ago. Caught a few big ones actually, just didn't have the camera on me. I was with my mom and Naomi, but we'll see if they'll bite them up here too. There's one. Another tiny one, guys. It's been a while, so we got one to chase it, so we'll take it. As long as we just keep sizing up. Watch out, Oak. As long as we just keep sizing up with each fish, we should be all right in a few hours. Oh man, it's been a little bit slow though. This first 1.5 hours, it's been slow, but that came on the Crush 25. There's one, boys. That might be a better one too. On the chatter. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. It's a real nice fish. That's what we need. Got it. All right, there we go. Maybe the bite just hasn't turned on quite yet. So we've been fishing for 1.5 hours. Here's the first keeper size fish that we got, guys. Came on the 1/16 ounce naked chatterbait that Jeff makes for me with a 3-inch moondog flat top minnow. I love that crappie colored flat top minnow. Little dye on it. 6-pound line with that Sioux Dark Wolf and my Cast King Kestrel BFS rod. We caught a couple that were this big at Eagle the last time I threw that bait. And then I caught one that was twice this big. I caught a 20-incher, so hopefully we can run into one of those. Oh, that one's about 16 3/4 with the tail pinch. Almost 17. If we were generous to ourselves, we'll just call him 17. Solid, solid fish right there. Hopefully we can get several more like him today. Tell your friends, bud. Got something that was chasing bait out there, guys. What are they? Hooked a big old shad. Man, guys, our average size is pretty poor today. There is bait everywhere. Everywhere there's bait around me where I'm fishing. I think they just want the real thing today or something. Throwing the line through, I mean, that's about as close to a little shad as you can get. Right there. Changed bodies of water and we're at the home lake now. Gonna see if I can catch a couple of the fish like I did the other day for you guys on camera. That is a tiny spot. The morning was a bust. Let's see if we can salvage just a couple hours here after lunchtime before we call it quits. Here's a bass, guy. That one might be better. Oh yeah, dude, that's a nice one. Heck yeah. That is a solid fish, y'all. Y'all, I'm still throwing that same baby crappie colored flat top minnow on the 1/16 ounce naked chatter from the first lake. We got 2 decent ones today. Let's try to catch a big one now. Jeez. Y'all just see that white bass go airborne? That was nuts. Thing came unglued. That's a pleasant sight. When those things start coming shallow again. 25 MD. That white bass decked it. Oh, guys. I think it's another good one. Oh, man. Oh, that's a stud white. Thought it was a largemouth. It's a really, really good sized white bass, so I can boat flip him barely. He'd probably make 2 sandwiches. He's got another inch to go before he's a giant, but that's a 15-inch white. It's a solid one. Y'all, it's coming into that time of year where you're gonna start seeing me catching some really nice sized white bass like that one on all kinds of different little moving baits, because they just get all over the shallow cover that I fish and they mix right in with the largemouth. There's one. Small bass, guys. Smaller bass on the chatterbait. We're at least getting multiple bites in an area here, which is a huge plus over the last spot. Oh, golly. For some reason the white bass are liking the crankbait right now, guys. But we won't complain. Gives us a bit more action for the day. The whites are eating the crank, the bass are eating the chatterbait. Golly, guys, nursery school. Oh, that might be better, guys. That might be a better, oh, not bad. Yeah, not bad. I like a 13 or 14-inch bass. Yeah, that's about right. Almost 13. A lot bigger than that other one. Oh my goodness. That might be a good bass, guys. It's moving real slow though. Oh, flathead, that's cool. Little flathead ate that little chatterbait. They're always a really pretty brown and black here. Oh my God, guys. What is that? He had me snagged for a second. Oh my goodness, guys. Huge, huge, huge catfish. Gotta get my net. Gotta get my net. Back camera just shut off too. Huge flathead, guys. That's so cool. All right, let's go get him. That's gonna take a while to tire out. He had me on a rope right here when I set the hook. I thought it was gonna break me off, whatever it was. Got 6-pound line on, so if it's frayed at all, I'm just gonna have to go real slow. We're at least out in open water now, so I'm just gonna have to wait him out. Oh, that's a big fish, guys. I saw the back of him though. It's a big old black and brown flathead. That's so cool. This fish will make the trip for us if we can land it. It has been tough fishing today, guys, but this would be a really cool day cap. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a big one. He ate it too. Got it. That's such a pretty fish. His head looks like granite and marble. Look at that freaking flathead. Just caught that on 6-pound line after it snagged me. Yo, he maxes out my measuring mat. He's about 31 to 32 inches if I could straighten him out. He's probably 32, honestly, right on the dot. Y'all, it goes all the way up to 913. More or less a 10-pound flathead. Y'all, that's a 32-inch flathead on 6-pound fluoro, a 3-inch moondog flat top minnow, a 1/16 ounce naked chatterbait on a Cast King Kestrel light action rod and Sioux Dark Wolf. Look at that behemoth smell. We're gonna let that beauty go. There she goes. Just kind of drifts off down to the bottom. Oh man, guys, something big again. Oh, no, it's not big. Had me wrapped on something though. Spotted bass. Frayed my line, I'm gonna have to retie again. Pretty little spot. There's one. Something, guys. Yeah, it felt very drummy. Felt very drummy when it spun. There's another species for us. Little drum. There's another dinky largemouth, guys. That's the story of the day with the bass. If we added all of them up, we might have one 8-pounder. Something came up and got it, guys. Might be another bass. Got snagged for a second. Oh yeah, it's a keeper. I think it's a big spot. Oh yeah, big spotted bass. That's cool. Right on. Got it caught on a rock and then I popped it off and there he was. Smallmouth looking dude. It has been a grind and a half today, guys, but we were rewarded somewhat for making the switch. Well, guys, I was able to catch one more keeper size. The grind kind of sort of paid off, but not really. I mean, I feel like the real big bass are not shallow yet, but we were still able to more or less force feed some fish to eating with the old naked chatter, guys. Such a lethal little bait when you use it right, man. Did not have the camera going for that catch, but that's okay. Just paralleling rocks, just like I normally do, and caught that nice one. Well, guys, that's a wrap. I know I've been talking about like the fall transition. The only reason I say that is because it did recently get to where the consistent low temps at night were in the 60s. That's kind of the first step, but it really hasn't done anything for the water temp, guys. 79 right now. The coolest they were this morning was about 77, even at that lake that was further north of here. The true fall transition is actually still in the forecast. It's going to go into next week, which is going to be more or less the middle of October here, guys. But I saw some consistent lows in the lower 50s, and that will tank the water temp down at least 5 to 10 degrees, so that will help a ton. But it just doesn't seem like the big bass are up shallow yet. But even though the bass weren't up shallow, guys, we still got a few keeper size today. Not quite 5, I don't think. Probably got like 4 that might have kept. But guys, those catfish, that made it worth the trip, especially that monster one. That was so much fun, and it gives me a lot of confidence in the light line techniques, guys, because that fish had me pinned up against a rope. And it had rebar right on it too, and it was just like sawing on it. And the fact that that 6-pound sunline's able to hold on through that and then still fight the fish after that, that was a 10-pound flathead, guys, and I guarantee you if I ever got a 10-pound bass on, it is not going to pull as hard as that 10-pound flathead did. So that does give me quite a bit of hope that if I do ever hook into a true monster bass on the really light line, I do think I will be able to land it. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, guys, you know that October is kind of my big bass month. I have caught 3 bass over 8 pounds on bait finesse, and they've all been on 6-pound line. Most of them have come on crankbaits. So you're going to be seeing the crankbaits a lot in the fall, so hopefully y'all don't mind that. But the crankbait bite still hasn't really hit yet for me anywhere, but once it does, it is game time. But if y'all enjoyed this struggle, please leave a like for me and consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Talk with me down in the comments below. Check out links to gear that I leave in the description above, and check out links to more bait finesse bass action in the pinned comment below. If y'all want one of my measuring mats, and you can contact me at my Gmail account in the description above as well. They're $35, but they get you entry into the big bass contest that I will be having monthly from here on out. Please share this with a finesse loving friend. Help me grow my channel and hit that 3,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. But apart from all that, y'all take her easy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all, he maxes out my measuring mat. He's about 31 to 32 inches if I could straighten him out. He's probably 32, honestly, right on the dot. Y'all, it goes all the way up to 913.